So J.J. Thomson, you have to remember how many points, guys? You have to remember 2 points which has been said by him. So the 2 points. Second point is the prediction is true, but his theory is unable to explain by with the help of whom? With the other experiments which is carried by Mr. Rutherford. That is why J.J. Thomson model is one of the failed model which is explained the atomic mass, the structure of an atom. So these are the 2 points which has been said by the J.J. Thomson. Please all of you write it down. So an atom consists of a sphere of a positive charge with negatively charged electrons embedded in it. And what is the second point? Second point is what? And the positive and negative charges in an atom are equal in magnitude. So due to which an atom is electrically neutral. Do you understand? And it has no positive or negative charge because it is no charge, because it is neutrally stable in nature. That is what the theory or else the story of Thomson model of the atom. So when he has been suggested his model, he proposed his model in 1903. Please remember 1903. By that time we don't know neutrons are present. So by the time of J.J. Thomson understanding, so people don't know neutrons are present. So why? Because when the neutrons are discovered, today only I said
1932.
Neutrons are discovered in 1932. But J.J. Thomson model is given in when? Given in 1903. So by that time, there is no discovery of neutrons. Yes or no? So this model is given in 1903. So by that time, there is we don't know another subatomic particle called as neutrons. So that is why J.J. Thomson model only will deals about what, guys? Only based on the electrons and as well as protons. Do you understand?
Protons.
By that time, we only know these two. According to that only, J.J. Thomson said these 2 points. This is what it is. And you people need to draw this diagram. What is the diagram? So this is the diagram which you have to draw. Not this Christmas pudding and this watermelon. This diagram alone you have to draw below it. This is what will explain. What is this explain? J.J. Thomson model. Okay. So the sphere, the pink color sphere is called as positive charge and middle minus sign indicate negative charge. But what he said, the number of protons is equals to number of electrons. So you can draw this diagram alone. Can you able to draw, everybody? Yes, please.
Yes.
Yeah, please. All of you draw that. Shakti, are you understand, Shakti? Laksha, Manu and Samya? Very important because in exam they will ask theory. That is what. So you have to draw this diagram, everybody. So if you understand this now, what is the second model, guys? Second model is only called as Rutherford. Understanding Rutherford atomic model. So Rutherford, you might be heard already, you might be studied already. Rutherford, with his experiment only, he has been found that the nucleus is present inside the atom. Is it yes or no, guys? Please respond. So before, if you want to study this nucleus, understanding, so that is what we can say. So if you want to describe the Rutherford experiment, which leads to the discovery of a positively charged nucleus, that is what we can call as understanding because of protons which are located inside the nucleus. So we should know the meaning of alpha particle. Do you understand? So the Rutherford model, they discovered what, guys? Rutherford model, they discovered the nucleus. They discovered what? Nucleus, which is positively charged is present. So if you want to understand this discovery of nucleus of this Rutherford experiment, Rutherford atomic model, first of all, you should know the meaning of alpha particles. What is that, guys? Alpha particles. So very simple. What do you mean by alpha particles? I will say alpha particles also we can write like this. This is the symbol of alpha. Understand? Alpha particles. If I'll write like this also, this is also indicate what? Alpha particles only. So we need alpha particles to carry out this Rutherford understanding atomic model. That is why you people need to study what is this alpha particle. Shall we start? Everybody? So alpha particle means, in the sense of, what do you mean by alpha particle means? Remember, a positively charged particle. What it is, guys? Alpha particle means a positively charged particle. Do you understand, everybody? Alpha particle means a positive, no negative charge. Only what it is there, Elmokil? A positively charged particle. Do you understand? Which contains 2 units of protons, understanding, 2 units of protons and 2 units of neutrons. This is what we used to call as alpha particle. Understand? 2 units of positive charge and totally 2 units of neutrons. Then totally is equals to, what is atomic mass, guys? What is atomic mass? 4 units of atomic mass. That is what we used to call as alpha particle. Do you understand? So now, which element can get this alpha particle? Anybody can say. If you are enough smart, you people can say this very easily. What is? I will say. So Jayavarsini, are you understand?
Helium.
What is positively charged particle? What is this alpha particle? It must be positively charged particles which contains 2 units of positive charge and 4 units of atomic mass. That is what we used to call as alpha particles. Understand? So what do you mean by alpha particles means? We know that helium. Can anybody say what is the atomic mass of helium? Atomic mass of helium. So if you take helium,
4, sir.
Which contains 2 protons and 2 neutrons. Understanding? And also it contains what? 2 electrons it contains. Clear, everyone? Please respond. So now, if you remove these 2 electrons, what we are doing, guys? If you remove these 2 electrons, then helium atom will turn into what, guys? Last chapter also you studied. It will turn into helium 2 plus. Yes or no? Positive charge. By donating electrons, it will turn into positive or negative. Pradosh, Tamil Selvan, it will turn into positive, sir. No. So this helium atom, by donating 2 electrons or by removing 2 electrons, it will turn into helium 2 plus ion. Understanding? Helium 2 plus ions. So this is only we used to called as alpha. Understanding? Alpha particles are, understanding, are helium 2 plus particles. Alpha particles. So what do you mean by alpha particles? After removing the electrons from the helium atom, then it contains 2 units of positive charge and 4 units of atomic mass. Before also we are having, but why we are removing, sir, electrons means because we are testing again. We are projecting these alpha particles to test the position of electrons and protons only. Yes or no, guys? Yes or no? Please respond. So when again if you send the atoms which contains electrons, then a bombarding, the collision might be takes place. So that is why we are sending the alpha particles. That is the one reason. And another reason is alpha particles will travel much and much faster. Do you understand it? So that is what you have to remember. So alpha particles will travel much faster, and these alpha particles emit by radioactive elements like radium and polonium. So these fast moving alpha particles have considerable amount of energy. Means compared to the helium particle, if you take alpha particles, when they're moving, they're having a required amount of energy, so they can penetrate through the matter to some extent. That is the reason we are taking alpha particle. Do you understand, Elmokil, Tamil Selvan, Darun? Why we are taking alpha particle? Because they are having some considerable amount of energy, so that they can penetrate through the matter to some extent. That is the reason why we are taking alpha particles. But you can see why we are not taking helium particles, atoms, because they don't have enough considerable energy, so that they cannot penetrate inside to study the structure of an atom. So that is why we people cannot, what it is, we people cannot use helium atoms. We are using what? Helium ions. That is what we can say. 2 units of positive charge and 4 units of mass. That is actually a helium ion, He2 plus. What is that helium what? He2 plus. Are you clear, everybody? Please respond. So now, where these helium ions we can produce? Where these helium ions we can produce? We can produce by it is emitted by radioactive elements like radium and polonium. So what is the sources? A radioactive element. Radioactive elements, they will produce this. That is what we can say, radium and polonium. These are the sources of what it is. Sources of helium 2 plus ions. Are you clear, everyone? Polonium, we can say. Understand, Elmukil, Tamil Selvan, Pradosh? So radium and polonium are the sources of helium ion particles. So why we are using these helium ion particles? Because they are having a considerable amount of energy so that they can penetrate through the matter to some extent. That is, so these are what is required thing, basic knowledge, pre-knowledge before going to study the Rutherford experiment. And Rutherford experiment for main purpose, what is, anybody can say? Girls, Laksha, what is the main use of Rutherford experiment? He discovered what? He discovered nucleus. Understand? Nucleus. So that is what Rutherford experiment, discovery of nucleus. So that we will study. Understanding. Also, we need one more, a gold foil, a thin gold sheet also to do this experiment. That is all we'll study in the tomorrow next class. Now you people write the definition of alpha particle. Please. What do you mean by alpha particle? It must be having 2 units of positive charge and 4 units of mass. Please write it. Alpha particle is a positively charged particle, no negative charge. Do you understand what is a charge, guys? Only positive, no negative. That is alpha particles is a positively charged particle. Jayvarsini, are you understand? Jayvarsini, Samayan, Manya?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Alpha particles is a positively charged particle. Alpha particles is a positively charged particle having 2 units of positive charge, having 2 units of positive charge, 2 units of positive charge and 4 units of mass. Darun, are you writing, Darun? 4 units of mass. That is what it is called as alpha particle. So what is this alpha particle actually?
Having 2 units of
2 units of positive charge and 4 units of mass. 4 units of mass. What is this alpha particles actually, guys? They are helium 2 plus ions. This is only. So alpha particles means they are helium 2 plus ions. Please note it down. Alpha particles means they are helium 2 plus ions. Now, what is the source of alpha particles? They are emitted by what? They are emitted by understanding. Emitted by radioactive elements like radium and polonium. You can take radium and polonium are the sources of helium 2 plus ions. So now what is happening? Why we are taking alpha particles, Elmukil? Because right, the fast moving alpha particles have a considerable amount of energy. They're having what? Considerable amount of energy. Considerable amount of energy. So that what is happening, guys? They can penetrate through matter to some extent. They can penetrate. What do you mean by penetrate? Embedding. Do you understand? Both are same. They can penetrate. They can penetrate through matter to some extent. Through matter to some extent. So that is why we are using what, guys? Alpha particles. So this is all about what is the alpha particles and why we are using in Rutherford's experiment. So in next class we will study what it is, Rutherford experiment and the discovery of nucleus. That is what. Is it okay, guys? Rutherford's experiment and discovery of nucleus. We'll study in the next class. So with this, I will leave you so you people can relax. Later, you can get ready for the school classes. Thank you all. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.